transactions. Look at the sectors where the markets bled yesterday. The banks took us the second most very hotly hit. That's down 2.84%. But the industrial sector was where the market bled the most, 3.11%. Of course, we know, you know why. Dangote Cement, the biggest company by market cap, fell significantly on Wednesday. That's the third trading day of the week. Consumer goods lost about 1%. Insurance was a little shy of 1/10, less than 1/10 of 1%. And the oil and gas about 1% in red. And that takes us to the unlisted securities market. That's the NASD OTC Securities Exchange. And bring that on, folks. Let's see what the numbers are. That was a positive reading for the day, 0.13% on the US side, 610.09 index reading. And the market cap slightly higher, just a notch, 412.32 billion naira. And you can see the volume there earlier. You saw that 310,086 units of the unlisted shares, 26.45 million in naira value. Okay, step into the fixed income markets with me, and let's see how this market looked via the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. That's a very aggressive Wednesday midweek transactions. Let's start with the Treasury bills, where we saw 112.24 billion naira in total. The most actively traded bills are those maturing towards the end of 2017, and you can see the discount high there in percentage terms, and early 2018, 15th of February, Treasury bills. And if we take that away and you look at where the next, we're going now to the bond markets very quickly. If you look at the bond market, it's a little bit a very interesting scenario. 164 deals or transactions for 17.30 billion, and that's quite a very aggressive trading day. Then you can see the most actively traded, the four most actively traded FGN bonds over there. They can see the 18th April 2037. That's one of the long-dated paper, Naira paper. 18th of March 2036. That's another long-dated paper. 23 transactions. A bond maturing 17th March 2027. A midterm paper. 21 transactions. And of course, the 13th of February 2020, and you can see that over there. That's the 19 transactions, just for 1.90 billion naira. And what's the total? That's about 17.30 billion naira. Quite a very interesting day as far as that is concerned. Let's move on quickly and check through the oil and gas sector. Of course, we'll just squeeze that into this space because we're going to talk about the corruption report and the whistleblower later on the program. We have a lot of long conversation. You don't want to miss that. And what is coming through on Twitter this morning, reactions from Nigerians. But this is what the oil and gas space looks like. That's corn oil there, isn't it? Yes, unchanged at 33.89. And the 40 oil lost at 2.91%. That's quite a heavy volume for this particular company. 2.9 million ordinary shares now trading 50 naira, where the market finished off on Wednesday. Mobile oil was 236.90 and MRS 35.44. And if you flip that, you see Owando coming through with a negative almost 1%, 1.649 million ordinary shares, 7.13, Seplat, 482 when the market finished off, and Total at 227 naira, down a massive 4.04% on that very small volume. So we're going to go back into the what you call the corruption report. Of course, that report is is generating, as I said, a lot of heated debates on social media as we speak. Everyone is all over this, and of course, you've seen the newspapers this morning. Everybody looking at this very critical report, the first of its kind ever released by the Nigeria National Bureau of Statistics. Of course, the Statistics Office provides the GDP data and a few other data PMS, what you call oil and gas industry data. But this is a total departure from what the statistics offices do. But of course, this is also important because this has to do with statistics. So Nigerians have to know who pays what bribe, what do we think about bribery and corruption in Nigeria, and we're going to talk about that later on. But of course, the Twitter community is very, very hot as we speak. One of folks on Twitter, Uram, says the problem of the Nigerian Statistics Index can be found in its name, perception. Since they are not facts, it may distort true reflection of what the true situation is. Don't forget, it's a perception. So, it's a perception, but it's a survey as well, conducted over a period, and the reports are out as we speak. And of course, everyone is looking at how the public and private sector corruption works. But the key important question is how much damage does bribery and corruption and stealing, how much damage does it do to the Nigerian economy? That is what Bismarck Rwani will talk to us about. Then, of course, the whistleblowing policy. A few days ago, the finance minister says the desk of whistleblowing policy program of the Buhari administration will be domiciled within the Ministry of Finance. And she said this will have to be so because you have to protect the identity of the whistleblowers. Thousands of whistle has been blown in the last few months since this program was released, and the government says it has saved billions and billions of naira from those who believe they see something and then they said something, or they perceive something and they say something. So why is Nigeria's whistleblowing policy, which Bismarck Rwani and his team has given you that slide there with a whistle on the left, and it says, if you see something, speak out. Speak or forever hold your peace. Now, you know where that is from, isn't it? Yes, speak now or forever just keep quiet. We're going to get Bismarck Rwani to talk to us here on the program within the next few minutes when we come back after the break. So we're talking about the MBS Nigeria Corruption Report. That's next here on the program.